Hey family, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Woo! What a time to be alive. Today I thought I'd come on here and chat with you guys and just catch up and do a little bit of makeup, which I haven't done in a while. I'm gonna go for a look today. So I had gotten a whole bunch of new foundations and concealers from Too Faced because I was gonna do my own bridal makeup, which was scheduled to be in less than 2 weeks. But of course, with everything going on in the world right now, that's getting postponed, which I'll talk about more into later in the video. But I thought, you know what, why not still play around and have a bit of a trial as to what I was thinking to do on the day, and then do that while just having a chat with you guys. So as usual, grab whatever you need to grab. If you want to do your makeup with me, girl, because we chilling in the house, then go ahead and do that. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way foundations and concealers. I have the foundation here, and then I also picked up 2 of the concealers to use, and I also got the new eyeshadow palette because the quality of the shadows looked bomb. So yeah, let's have a catch up, let's beat our faces, let's get ready to have dinner in the living room and that's it really. Okay, so I've already moisturized my face and my skin is doing so much better. I don't know if you guys can see, but I definitely noticed the difference. Minus like the bottom half of my face, the scarring is almost nearly gone, and I am so grateful. And even though we're indoors, guys, the sun has been doing the most, and obviously UV rays can come in through the windows. So I've also been just putting on a little bit of the Cetaphil facial moisturizer with an SPF of 50 daily defense moisturizer. It's so thick though, and you literally look white. So I only use a little bit, and I put it on quite a while ago because if not, you'll be literally out here looking like a ghost. So that's what I prepped my skin with, and just gonna go straight into it. So how are you guys doing? Like, honestly, every day I wake up, I feel like, okay, are we living in a film? Is this real? Like, what exactly is happening? But I guess I'm just, all my friends and family and everyone that I'm speaking to, I'm constantly just checking in to just make sure that our mental is, and personally, I'm so grateful for my salvation in this time, because I don't know what I would have done in this period if I didn't have God. Like, I wake up in the morning and I'm actually not like anxious or fearful, because I know that there's someone greater who must have a plan, who has all of this under control. So that's just my thinking. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to go with the, should I do eyes first? Do you know what? I'm gonna put on the base, do my eyes, and then conceal and stuff after. So this is the Born This Way foundation. I am in the shade Brulee. I was debating, I actually bought Mocha as my first shade, and then I was debating whether to do Butter Pecan, but that one was a bit yellow for me, so I just settled with this. I'm not priming my skin because I've been liking the results of doing makeup without a primer recently. And I'm going to use a brush because I prefer a brush to a beauty blender. So yeah, like, it's just crazy. But honestly, having God through this process has just made it bearable. It's made it doable. It's made me hopeful in the midst of everything that's crazy. Here in London, it hasn't even hit us as hard as it has in some other parts of the world, like Italy, and some states in America and stuff. And it's just forcing me to connect more to my source, just to kind of pray for people. We're all going through this together, which is normally not the case when people go through like major things. It's like, oh, a family, or you're the only one out of your friends, but literally everybody is going through an element of this together, and it's affected all of our lives. And so just kind of my focus mainly has just been kind of just connecting to the source, connecting to my source, in order to stay where I am supposed to be in terms of like mindset, lack of like not having anxiety and stuff like that. As I said in the beginning of the video, I was meant to, or I am gonna say I am meant to be getting married. At first, when all this started, my faith was like on 10,000. I was literally like, okay, all this crazy is going on around us, but this is what everybody talks about, right? Like having unwavering faith and just, believing anyway. And I genuinely did. As far as I was concerned, I was like, okay, all of this is happening, but I feel like God gave me that date, so that's what's happening. And I wasn't actually going to talk about it when I thought about recording today. I was going to wait to see what happens and then come back and tell you guys. But as usual, I just feel led to, you know, take you on the process, which I say all the time. And so when they first banned mass gatherings, I was kind of like, okay, well, it is what it is. Like, we'll just do just us, as in me and my partner and the vicar and a couple witnesses. And then they said no weddings at all, and I was just like, okay. And normal me would have been like really anxious. My mind would have started going places like, God, why would you allow this to happen? But honestly, throughout this whole thing, I've just really been riding on that sense of peace. And so yeah. But how are you guys? You know, I hope you all are well and your family's well. Look at this foundation. It's actually amazing. It's a little bit more pinky toned than my actual skin, but that works great because I'm going to use the concealers to sort of balance it out. I'm filling in my brows just with a NYX Professional brow brush. It's an eyebrow pencil brush. It's one of the ones that you sharpen. My twisty pencil is out and the shops aren't open, so I've been using this and I've been loving it. You guys know I don't do anything crazy with my brows, especially when the shape that they have is already like quite good. Luckily I got my brows done just before we got fully locked down. So yeah, just gonna fill that in. Blend it all together. And yeah, if I need to come back to the brows, I will do, but for now we'll leave it as that. So I'm going to prime my eyes, take it way back. You guys remember Too Faced Shadow Insurance? This was like the OG eye primer when YouTube first started. They gave me a sample size with my eyeshadow palette, so I'm just going to use that. I've forgotten what the formula was like, but literally, if you've been on YouTube for like 10 years or been watching videos, you know that Too Faced Shadow Insurance was it. It was like the first one. Oh, I put too much. See, I've even forgotten how to use it. I put way too much. Don't do that, guys. You literally just need less is more with this. So your eyeshadows can go on smoothly as well. I'm going to be talking about makeup and chatting with you guys at the same time. I hope you don't mind. This is the palette that I was talking about. It's a Too Faced Natural Nudes, and I am a sucker for nudes. Always have been, always will be. It is an absolutely gorgeous palette. Stunning, absolutely stunning. But I want to go for something bright but not crazy. I haven't done my eyes in so long. So like I was saying, I hope you guys are keeping well, and you know, your friends and loved ones are keeping healthy and haven't been like badly affected by this. My friends and I have started praying together every day because like we've just realized that we can't lean on our own strength to go through this. It's nothing like we've ever seen before. This is the first time this has happened in literally generations. I'm so grateful for technology because I don't know what I would have done if I couldn't talk to my friends and family. It's just, but yeah. So I hope you guys are doing well. So back to my whole wedding story. So right up until the last minute, I really believed and had faith that it was going to happen on that day. One thing I've learned about this process is having faith, and one thing that I've matured in as well is, Billy and I were talking about this the other day. You can say something and you're almost trying to convince yourself. You can think something and you're acting like it to you and others, not pretending, but you're just faking it till you make it. And then you know. So say it, think it, know it. And this process has shown me the importance of knowing that I know that I know that I know that I know that God sees and knows everything. Just because, you know, I thought this was gonna happen and and we've paid some vendors and stuff like that, and things seemingly look like they're not working out, still just the knowing that he has it under control has been such a privilege and an honor in this process. So that's where I am. I don't know if any of you guys are in a similar boat as well, where maybe you were gonna get married, or another thing I've been thinking about is pregnant women. Some of my friends that are having babies, like the main thing, what on earth am I doing? is just to have that knowing, and through it all, I believe it'll work itself out. So yeah, that's it. I'm trying to create like a layered smoky eye. The dark color in here, this brown sis, is dark. Let me zoom in. I wasn't expecting it to be so dark, which is why I'm making a little bit of a mess. So a quick tip for you guys, if you feel like you're losing control with like blending and stuff, just take your regular face powder. I'm gonna use my Mineralize skin finish, and you can use that just to blend away excess color, create a smoother blend for your shadows. See, it's instantly cleaned that up nicely. So going straight to my lids, like I promised you guys, this isn't gonna be like a really long thing. I normally go for golds and stuff, but I'm gonna do a rose gold today. I never ever do rose golds, and this color is actually called rose gold. Oh, that is pigmented. Okay. With my eye shape, I tend to prefer more blended looks than like cut creases. But if you want to do a cut crease, by all means, go for it. Another thing that I've been thinking is, so now that most of us have to stay at home, apart from like the health workers, and by the way, thank you to all the doctors, all the people working in grocery shops. I'm convinced by the end of this, humanity will do a lot better than we were doing before, because we are noticing how much we actually need one another. The sense of community these last few days, we have no choice but to just be a bit more human. We have no choice but to stop and realize that a crab mentality isn't really going to do much for us in this season. And so, as crazy as this is, and not to negate anything that's happening, but just in habit of finding the silver lining in everything, I'm grateful, because I feel like through this, humanity and how we act towards each other we're going to do a lot better. But most people are actually having to be at home now, and it's so funny because at first I feel like everybody was like, oh, this is perfect, it's a time to rest, it's a time to recoup. But then all of a sudden on social media, I feel like it's become this weird time where everyone is now seeking relevance and trying to prove to themselves that, you know, they're gonna come out of this better than we went in, which is of course the prayer and the hope for everybody. But I can't help but feel this crazy sense of competition and pressure to see who, I think I'm done with the eyeshadow, it looks crazy, but I'm gonna add eyeliner now, to see who is gonna come out of this with brand new business ideas, so much creation, six-pack because you're doing home workouts every day. And I'm like, guys, I don't think the point is to go from one crazy to another crazy. And even within myself, I had sort of started feeling like, okay, I need to get up in the morning, I need to show that I'm being productive, I need to prove to other people that I'm being productive, I need to post a million stories on my Instagram. And I just thought, sis, you're gonna miss the point. And how unfortunate would it be if the only thing you came away from this was just more seeking of relevance? So as much as I think it's a gift and we've been given time, and the world has literally, like, I don't know, I'm gonna see if I can find like the picture of the meme. It's like the earth is closed for maintenance. Let's rest, guys. Let's look after ourselves. Let's look after our mental, and let's not transfer the crazy that happened before into our homes and our lives. I think it's really important to use this time to rest and not feel pressure. So for me, one of the major things that I feel like I'm supposed to be doing is just waking up in the morning, opening my Bible, reading it and worshiping all day. But then it's kind of like, okay, you need to push the business idea, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. And I'm saying, if you really feel like you need to push the business idea, do that, but do that because of you. Don't do that because the world is expecting everybody to use this time in a certain way, because that totally defeats the purpose. Okay, so the eyeshadow is done. I'm gonna do liner afterwards, but first gonna conceal. So I bought two colors because I had wanted to use one on days where I don't feel like wearing foundation, and one to really get the face snatched and highlighted. But the darker color, which is maple, I feel like I ended up choosing one that's a bit too dark, so I can't even use it on its own. So what I like to do is put it under my eyes first and then cover any spots that might need concealing. Let's blend that in, and then just put that right on top. And this is where we're gonna go for the full face snatch, honey. So before quarantine, social distancing and isolation, another thing that I'd been thinking about going back to was makeup. And I've spoken about this before. I'm going to take a not so clean beauty blender and blend everywhere else except under my eyes first. So yeah, I've just been thinking about like using what you have in your hand and using what God has given you to make your handprint in the world, to serve others, to make a living. But for me, fulfillment is way more important than bringing in cash. And I feel like because of this thinking, sometimes I may have not missed out, but I feel like I'm lacking a bit of what the world recognizes as drive, because I'm not chasing after the coins. I believe that the coins will come once I am in line with purpose and feeling fulfillment every day, which I think I spoke about in one of my last get readies with me. Guys, this foundation and concealer is bomb. Look at how much makeup I put on, and it's just blending so nicely. So before this pandemic, I had started taking on a few clients again. Part of why I stopped liking makeup and the whole beauty industry is because I felt like everyone wanted to be, or everyone wants to be the same. Everyone is seeking relevance, and everyone wants to be known for being known, not for their craft. A lot of the popular channels and popular people right now, they're just famous for being infamous. They're famous because everybody else likes them, or everybody else follows them, or they portray a certain type of lifestyle. And I struggled because I just didn't want to be a part of that. I love art. I'm a creative. I love the idea of like bringing colors and stuff to life on people's faces, but I didn't want to be a part of that community because it was seen, I feel like, to me anyway, all it looks like is like pure vanity. Every female in 2020 looks the same, and I was just like, I don't want to be a part of that. But where my mind is going to right now is thinking that will be my point of difference. So I think I'm still gonna follow through with just having interest and making my mark in the beauty industry, because it's a gift that God has given me. You know, I really believe every client I went to, or everybody's makeup I did, it was never just, oh, I like my makeup. It was like, oh my gosh, you know, you have such a gift. I feel so calm. Thank you for blessing me. And I'm just like, okay, God, what are you trying to tell me? So I just blended in the concealer, and now I'm using the MAC Studio Fix powder foundation in the shade NC41. And this is like very light in comparison to my skin tone, but it's just gonna give that extra pop. I'm going for a really bright under eye today, and also my L'Oreal Mercier setting powder has finished, so just making use of what we have here. And I'm using a lot of powder because I want it to really set and last all day in my living room. One thing I like doing recently is using this is actually a blush brush. That's what they say it's for, but I love how soft it is and I love the shape, and I feel like it just sets my powder really well. I'm going to bronze up. I'm not a crazy fan of contour, and so I'm just gonna stick to what I would actually do, even though, you know, it's filming. I'm gonna use my Mineralize Skin Finish in Dark Deepest, and this is one of my favorite things to use to contour, with a big fluffy brush. And I'm very much over, or I never really have been a fan of like a straight chisel line down the cheeks. I love more of like an airbrushed bronze, whole darkening of this area. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but yeah, this side is like and this side is, yeah. So we've already contoured a little bit by highlighting and brightening under the eyes, but this just gives it a bit more. And then I also like to add some over here, and I'm intentionally just doing just one side so you guys can see the difference afterwards. Doing the same to the other side. I'm actually using a blush, and it's a mineralized blush from MAC in the color Petal Power. I just purchased a new one. It looks pink, but on my skin tone and darker, it just picks up the gold. The pink doesn't really show through. And I'm just going to, I don't know if you can see, I like it because I don't think it was intended to be used as a highlight, so it's very subtle and you can layer it as much or as little as you want. Whereas I find like some highlight powders, or maybe it's just the ones I've tried, they're just too much. It's like too much gold. The specks are too big. It doesn't look creamy on the skin. And I'm not here for it. Like I said, we're indoors, so I'm gonna go all the way with it. So I think that's pretty much it for skin. Now I'm going to line my eyes, but before I do that, I am going to take a little bit of the brown and just go under my lash line, because I feel like my eyes need a bit more smoke at the bottom. Should I bother with wing liner, or should I just use a pencil? I think I'm gonna just use a pencil actually. Ooh, ooh, oh, wow, wow. It's okay. Just gonna use my brush and just go over it. Sorted, babes. Sorted. Like nothing ever happened. Putting a lot of eyeliner. Ooh, can you see how that's just made the eyes like pop? And for the upper lash line, I was gonna do a wing liner, but I changed my mind. I'm just going to do a very messy line on the lash line, and then smudge it out with a synthetic brush. So just gonna finish up with some mascara. I will be putting on lashes, so I'm not too fussed. When I'm just using my normal lashes, I love to use the Extended Play by MAC because the wand is really small. I can open it and I've got really small lashes, so it just coats everything. But today I'm going to use the one that I was gifted with my purchase, Too Faced, which has a very unique, interesting looking big brush. Bit too big for my lashes, but because I'm using falsies, I can manage it. My eyes are starting to water, so I'm gonna give it a second and then stick on the lashes. Great news, guys. A reality of quarantine and self-isolation. I don't actually have any more lashes. I might have thrown the one pair that I had. I think I threw it away. I think I used it and I threw it away. So it is what it is. Today is going to be a no lash look, which in that case I am going to go in with my Extended Play mascara just to define at least my bottom lashes a bit. To be fair, like I said, we would just go into the living room, so it's fine. My brows aren't like my favorite right now, but I'm not like stressing over it either. quick lip. You guys know I'm not really much of a lip girl. I'm just gonna get the first thing I grabbed, which is the MAC lip liner called Dervish. I'm gonna use my old lipstick palette. I can't remember what colors are what, but some kind of nude, sorry. And I've just blended that in together to give this pinky. And then I'm gonna go over it with the Clinique Splash Lip Gloss in number 11 Air Kiss. And last but not least, you know, we gotta set the base. It's gonna be the NYX Bear With Me primer. It's a primer, refresher, setter, all of it. But I only use it to really refresh. And there we have it. This is the finished look, guys. I hope you like it despite not having eyelashes. I hope you enjoyed the chit chat. Remember, guys, just take care of your minds. Enjoy this period. Use the time how you feel like you need to use it, not how everyone else feels like you should use it. Sending out loads of love to you guys, to your families. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay healthy, stay indoors. And remember, you are amazing and have so many wonderful things to offer this world. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.